Well, I'm out here on my ones, but it's a good day to be on my ones, my people. You see this 3-0. let me spell it out for you. 1, 2, 3, 0. Crystal Palace 3, Norwich 0. What are you saying, Nate? 3-0.
What a difference 2 days makes, bruv.
Tell me about it.
We're getting relegated. We're so shit. What's going on? We're gonna get relegated. We're gonna do a Leeds and a Portsmouth. People, our record away at Tottenham is shit. And yes, we should be beating Norwich, and we did. But I can't lie. At 3-0, I was like, listen, let's not make this too embarrassing for them. Like, we've won. There's no way they're coming back at 3-0 down. So I was like, 3-0, cool. The fact that Mateta scored, I went, I haven't had a drop of alcohol yet, so is that an error? But to be fair to him, he did take it well, so I can't even hate on him. He did take his goal very well.
It was a hell of a finish.
Yeah, he took it really well, to be fair to him. So big him up every time. But he's still dead. Don't get it twisted. But we give him credit where it's due.
He smashed that corner flag. Did you see the group chat? Palace done him dirty with that picture. Did you see that?
You'll have to. I'll have to see it when I get on back home.
Oh man.
Which is that? WhatsApp or Twitter, bro?
What's that? The Palace one.
Okay.
Done dirty. Wait, I see. Wait, someone in the back. Big up, Sean. You saw the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan sent it. Yeah,
dirty.
Jordan sent it. Jordan.
Wait,
He's the culprit. He's the culprit. He's the culprit.
Oh, fuck.
He's the culprit.
Mate.
Oh my god. I love Mateta. I love Mateta. I don't want to hear nothing from Jordan. I don't want to hear nothing from Jordan.
So, Sean, we know how you have a love affair with Jordan Much. What did you think about Mateta today?
Wow, excellent. Brilliant. All around.
Is he the best? Is he the best striker in the world?
You're putting me on the spot right now. You're putting me on the spot right now. No, you know that we love Button Edouard. Edouard is the best striker for us. I'm going to continue to say that. But I just
Nah, we can't be having that. Nah.
Where's Rich? Where is Rich?
He'll be in here. He'll be in here in a bit.
He's busy doing.
He's uploading the fan cams. He's uploading.
He's doing fan cams for the channel, so he'll be up shortly.
Yo! Don't be calling man out, you know.
Oh my god!
We got Jordan.
London.
I'll be back.
London sending for Jamaica, you know, rotted, boy.
Oh my god!
Watch it. Hey, Sean. You know that Rich is gonna make sure that your thing get lock off. You know, mind yourself, innit? Rich will just lock off the thing for you. You know that, right? You're gonna lock off the thing big time.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward for it. Oh my god!
Man, try to send that fire in it.
Well,
they slay him. Jordan and Rich slay Mateta. They slayed him.
Hey, I'm just as guilty of that. Don't even get it twisted. I'm just as guilty of that myself.
I know that you are guilty. You even said it on the back of the net. You are guilty as well.
Don't worry,
Sean.
My God. Don't worry, Sean. Everything Irie right now. Everything Irie.
Innit? Everything blessed up. Everything's good.
I told you. One chance, one opportunity, and he takes it. That's how he is.
And he took it well, to his credit. We can't even hate on him today. He took his goal really well.
Yeah.
He took it in the Brighton match as well. He took it in the Brighton. Against Brighton. One chance.
Sean, don't swear.
Oh, Sean, you're winning the swear count.
Ding, ding, ding.
No, I come on. Oh my god.
Nah, mate. Hold on.
That's-
You say that bad word on this channel, you get luck off. You said that bad word. You don't be cussing that bad word on this channel, bruv. You understand?
all right.
I know that. I personally hate the seaweeds. Don't worry about it. Trust me, I personally hate them.
Okay. Long as we get that straight, that's cool.
All right, let me reel this one back in for a minute. Nate, take us through the game from what you saw on Amazon Prime.
Well, it wasn't on Amazon Prime over here because it was on Premier Sports. But fair to say, we started off pretty much firm, not relatively, not dominant in possession, because Norwich were kind of trying to match us blow for blow. But when Will Hughes went down in the 6th minute, I know that Dean Smith is saying it wasn't a penalty, but mate, this is why you got sacked by Villa. If that's not a penalty, then I'm a zebra crossing. Because let's be honest, if that's a Norwich player in the other side of the pitch, you're bitching for a penalty, bruv. Don't chat shit, mate. Now, obviously, in terms of was Will Hughes' leg broken? No. But was there contact and brought him down in the box? Yeah, it was a pen. Edouard sticks it in 1-0 and everybody's going, hold up a minute. We're 1-0 up without Wilfried Zaha. This is what should have happened if we sold Zaha. We would have had a whole different team. But then the game kind of picks up a little bit. Mateta scores a second with a wicked finish. And Edouard had a stormer of a game. Edouard got a goal and 2 assists. But man are telling me that he's not as good as some of the players in the Prem. And I'm thinking he's better than Adam Armstrong, who, by the way, most of our fan base wanted. Nah. I'm having Edouard every day of the week. Jeffrey Schlupp then turns up for the 2nd time this season and bags again. And people are still putting disrespect on his name. It's like, you remember we used to have Jimmy Kebe play for us? Yeah?
What is wrong with
Jimmy Kebe.
With our fan base? Seriously, what is wrong with our fan base?
Sean, do you know what's wrong with our fan base? Some of them are playing FIFA too much and are trying to sign their best players on the game and think that we can do that in real life.
No,
you understand?
We cannot.
Yeah. No, but you see what I'm saying. Most of us that can watch the game.
But we need to be
go ahead,
supportive.
Sean.
We need to be supportive. We need.
Yeah.
This is a transition period right now. We need to be supportive.
Yeah, massively. It's a massive transition. But the thing is, we're going to take defeats like Tottenham, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Bear in mind, we've gone away to Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs, lost by the same scoreline. Normally, we get held away at Anfield, held at Stamford Bridge, and held at Tottenham. Do you know what I'm saying? They only put 3 past us on all 3 occasions.
Do you remember the 7? It was against Liverpool, the 7-0 or something like that.
Yep.
I was furious. I broke my TV. I broke my TV.
Now, but what I'm trying to say is that right, with Norwich, yeah, I'm looking at them from what I've seen in them, and I said, I feel for their fans because pretty much their board have this mentality. We're too shit for the Prem, but we're too good for the champ. So let's go up to go straight back down. That in and of itself would infuriate me if that was Palace.
I'd like to counteract you there, Nate, because I've just seen a video before we went on stream of the Norwich fans saying "fuck off back to Chelsea" to Billy Gilmore. What the fuck do they want? He was their best player today, and they want him to go back to Chelsea.
Jordan, they support Norwich City. I don't think their IQs are very high. Let's be truthful now. If you've ever been to Norwich away, you know you're in the Hills of Eyes territory. Big man thing. I'm not even joking.
They're from the incest capital of the world, so we'll leave it there.
The Hills Have Eyes is where these men are from, bruv. I don't go Norwich away. If I've got a chance to go, I don't go. Yes, Luke.
Big up, Luke.
Hello. By the way,
Can
I just say something? Why did I get time out yesterday?
Anyway, moving on.
Hey, listen, you got timed out because we run this show, yeah? You understand? That's why you got timed out, bro. No, listen, sometimes you just got to mix it up a bit and, you know what I'm saying? But no, what do you want to say, Luke?
But Norwich fans, probably the best.
Sorry to cut you. Where's Sean now? Where's his nip and Wi-Fi?
I don't know.
Don't ever call my name. Look at what's happening to you. Let me go back to what I was doing.
Oh my lord!
Can I just say that? Norwich away fans, apart from the Billy Gilmore stuff, let's put that to one side. They are a good away support. They were class today.
No, they were not. They were cheering 4 times in a row. Let's pretend we scored a goal 4 times. That's embarrassing, man.
I mean,
bruv. Jordan, in fairness, that was us not that long ago. Like, we can't be in that kind of predicament to be acting as if that wasn't us.
It wasn't 4 times. It wasn't 4 times in the space of one half, though, was it?
No, but what I'm trying to say is that we've been in that phase where you just know we're dead. It doesn't matter how well our opponents play. We know we're dead. They're in that spot now.
The first time was funny, but anything after that, thinking.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be like. Do it once, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying. Get about that fresh. But if you're doing it 4 times in the first half, that's just, bruv. That's worse than them man on the South Coast. And they've got one song. And even then, they can't sing that on key. Fucking pricks.
Can't even fill up the stadium, mate.
Fill up their stadium, mate. You wouldn't have found a season ticket holder before 2011. You understand?
Welcome back, Nippon. I mean, Sean.
What? I can't believe Richie really came back online just to say that was not cool. That was not.
Hey, listen. You send that corn, you're gonna get it held back, bruv. That's how it works. Luke, what did you want to say? Sorry, we're kind of cutting over you. What do you want to say, Luke?
So no, I think overall first half, I think we dominated possession. Like Mateta, he took his goal really well. There's some parts of his game that he needs to improve on, and that's his agility. I'm going to put it in FIFA terms. His agility, but if you give him the service, because remember we were all slating Benteke a few years ago, and as soon as Benteke got on the goal scoring sheet, his confidence rises, and as a player that's lacking confidence, you need a goal, and Mateta took his goal well, and Edouard kind of linked up really well with him, didn't he? A little bit,
for sure.
Edouard sort of bounced off him a little bit, and it's nice to see. And I think it's nice to see that we didn't have Wilf today, and I think I'm kind
sorry, who?
We didn't have Wilf today, and
who?
Wilf.
Who's this Wilf that you speak of?
We didn't have him, and it's kind of nice to see, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, is that dickhead that got sent off against Spurs? Oh yeah, no, he's done out here. He can go to Ivory Coast and can then come back when he's actually grown a pair.
It's just nice to see. It's just nice to see.
Rich, stop it.
It's very interesting.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
I can see him laughing in the back. So.
But
go ahead, Luke. Sorry.
It's just nice to see no moaning today in the squad.
In the squad or in the fan base?
No, like in the team, like there's no moaning to referee. I think our team just got on with it today. You know what I mean? It's just we just got on with it and got the 3 points, and that's what we needed today. Much needed win. Now hopefully that will give us a bit of a lift to go to try and get something out of West Ham on Saturday.
To be honest, Luke, to be honest, we need him for West Ham match. We really do need him. If he sees the team playing like that, I think he's going to step up his game for that game. I trust him to do that.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, if I was Vieira, if PV is back for the West Ham game, Will's holding bench.
Where's he gone again?
Digicel out in Jamaica can be a bit jumpy up and down. Digicel are like Virgin Media, bruv.
He saw Rich and got shook.
He saw Rich and ducked out, bruv. Man tried to jump on the first train out of Jamaica, just gone. Bye-bye. But, no, if it was me, you see what Wilf, I would actually bench him for the West Ham game and teach him, listen, you might think you're Mr. Crystal Palace, but you need to earn your place back in the team. You acted the dickhead away at Spurs, and it cost you your place in the team. Arguably, we look at today's game and say we should beat Norwich without Wilf. Everyone's looking at that and saying, as much as Norwich are shit, we should be able to beat them. Let's be honest. Yeah? But bear in mind, we've got 2 massive games after West Ham. Yes, West Ham is a big London derby, but the 2 games after that are huge.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, can I just say, like, I think if we get 3 points, if we get something out of West Ham, at least a point will be acceptable. A point will be acceptable. And then, as you're saying, Nate, 2 big games, Millwall and Brighton. Hopefully.
1 second there, Luke. Yo, Gargamel's in the building. What are you telling us, Palace Smurf? What are you saying?
The referee is here, boy. The referee is here.
Fuck you know. Is he in the TARDIS or something? He's sounding hella echoey right now. What's going on?
Yeah, because I'm hiding away at work right now. So I literally just came on to say 3 immense points. Mateta actually scored, and let's not get too. It's only Norwich. It's only Norwich. We now return you to your usual programming.
Nicky, you need to be telling Sean it's only Norwich. He's ranting about this Mateta business, you know.
In it, man has been attacking the group chat about Mateta. I told you! And here's me thinking, big man, we've been slandering him because he hasn't turned up. It ain't a fact that we hate him. We want him to do well. But it was just the whole, I told you! I'm thinking, you told who? We knew he was dead. This 1 goal don't change much.
It's a straight red card.
In it. Big up to T and Aaron from Football Forever DRFC. What are you saying, T?
What's going on, man? Had to drop in, say what's up, fellas.
Yeah, we got T over from Back of the Nest, another one of the Palace channels out there, and we got Aaron who's a Doncaster Rovers fan. Aaron, how are you doing today?
Not too bad. But first of all, Jordan, I'd like to revise your fan cam comment. We are worse than Norwich City, but I'll take the comment.
I'll say otherwise, mate. I'll say otherwise.
If you look at Norwich City, we've scored 6 more goals from them, and yet we look like a non-league Stoke.
Oh well, I still think you're better than Norwich.
Please don't. We look 10 times the team Norwich are at this rate. Like, literally, I swear to God, I will say this.
Peace.
Big up, Nicky.
Peace out.
See you later, Nick.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Okay, 1 at a time, please.
I will say this for a fact. There is literally reports that our caretaker manager with no experience that didn't want the job has been offered the job and he's turned it down. And now we're having to start the process all over again. It is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. The way we're run as a football club instead of a business is embarrassing.
Do you want me to take back my compliment? Because I can.
Just say that you're just as bad as Doncaster, and then I'll split it even down the middle, and we'll call it evens.
We're just as bad as Doncaster. Whoa.
No,
Careful there, mate.
No. Norwich are just as bad as Doncaster.
He said Norwich.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait,
Right.
the dude has no experience and turned it down?
Yeah, but to be fair, Aaron, if the guy's got no experience, I don't think he wants to have a bear pit of a ground like the Keep Moat on his back, because League 1 football and League 2 football, if it's not going well, it can be ugly.
I'm not saying that. The board offered him the job and he turned it down.
No. I hear that, but he's probably thinking, if I take the job and it doesn't go well, I don't want the Keep Moat Stadium on my ass. So
yeah, exactly. And also, apparently, there's reports that he was being offered a wage similar to his under-18s manager contract, which is shocking.
Jay seems
I
very
told you,
qualified
people have told me for years the board are going for the cheap option.
Hey, we're Palace fans. We know all about going for the cheap option. Trust me.
Yeah.
Years of it.
Like, bear in mind, We brought Neil Warnock back from the retirement home to manage us. He's no relation to me, by the way. So if there's anybody that understands about bringing back the cheap option or the manager that nobody wanted, yeah, we know how that feels. But listen, give it time. And Donny might turn it around.
I had Sunderland fans telling me that we shouldn't be where we are, but relegation's written on the wall. We're going to League Two next season.
Sucks, man.
I wouldn't listen too much to Sunderland fans because they still hit us about Lee Cattermole. So don't worry about Sunderland.
Sunderland fans know about League Two.
Boys, do you remember that? Lee Cattermole said it would be a crime if Sunderland get relegated and Palace don't. How the fuck did that work out, mate?
To be fair, Sunderland barely got out of second gear against us. They beat us 3-0 and they barely had to get out of second gear. They weren't even playing at their best.
Yeah, but you see, to a Sunderland fan, they're playing like Brazil. Don't get too downhearted about Sunderland getting out of second gear.
Oh, they were mad. They were thinking they were prime Barcelona.
Aaron, they were tricked into paying a living wage for Jack Rodwell. Sunderland fans have no right to comment on any footballer ever again. Don't get too disheartened with Sunderland. You understand?
I'd rather believe a Fleetwood fan than a Sunderland fan.
There we go. See, this is how we know you know football. T.
Yes, sir.
Norwich were terrible, but what did you make of our performance?
The first half did it for us. I think we kind of, and we talked about this a little bit. They kind of turned off the switch in the second half. But I think it was because of the fact that, like we were saying, a lot of those guys were just exhausted, man. Talking about, a lot of those guys that played the full 90 minutes 2 days ago. So, trying to make that switch in the second half to, kind of put in the cruise control to get the win was, I guess, kind of par for the course of what we've been through. It's kind of like, get your win and get out of there. But I mean, first half was good. Second half was a little bit lackluster.
I agree. And I was a bit concerned about the fact that it took us 17 minutes to make our first sub, considering there's 2 games in 2 days.
Right.
And then we didn't see Jarrow.
That was the weird thing too, because we're talking about
finished.
Playing guys. I mean, if you're talking about guys going these full 90 minutes, why wouldn't you get those guys off? Some of those guys off the pitch. I mean, I had a feeling it was going to be that way, just because of the fact that we put 2 goalkeepers on the bench. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know what to expect as far as our rotations and stuff, and getting guys in there and getting guys off the pitch.
Yeah, I would have thought that we would have at least given Ferguson about 20 minutes, half an hour in the second half.
Yep.
And I thought he was going to give Wardy a rest because obviously he's not the youngest guy in the world right now, is he?
Yeah, I thought Wardy was going to get a wet rest. I thought Kouyaté was probably going to get a rest somewhere in there, and we would just replace this, part of the midfield. I knew Benteke was probably going to come on because they wanted him to get some minutes coming off of COVID, but I feel like we could have done a better job of getting some guys off their feet in preparation for what's to come.
For real.
What was your thoughts on how Anderson and Mark played together today? Because I think that they just seem to work so much better together than they do individually.
Confidence, pure, like the confidence the poise that those 2 guys have playing next to each other is evident when it comes to progressing the ball, playing with it at their feet. They do such a good job. Like, and I guess part of that leads to why we can find ourselves getting this clean sheet, because we're that solid at the back. But hopefully, whatever Anderson went off with isn't too serious.
I think it was probably more of just a precautionary.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Because after the full-time whistle, he was walking around clapping the fans.
It was probably his cramp.
Yeah, it seemed like they were waving to him like, "Hey, do you need one? Do you need to come off?" And he kept on waving them off until he finally went down, and they ended up taking him off. So, yeah.
Luke, what was your thoughts on the midfield today? Did you think it was the right choice, or?
In terms of the amount of players that we have out injured and with COVID, yeah, it was the right choice. I kind of like Schlupp in the middle. He gave us a bit of going forward a little bit. He gave us a bit of driving forward, and a few times Schlupp did switch with Ayew a little bit on the right and the left. On the right, Schlupp did move over to the right, and Ayew kind of drifted into the middle a little bit. a few times in the match.
Mm.
So, and then Kiyate is Kiyate. He just wins the ball and does all the dirty work in the midfield. I think he kind of did the Gallagher role today. And then Will Hughes, I think he's up there for man of the match contention for sure. He controlled the play really well, and he won us the penalty as well. So the midfield was really good today.
Honestly, I mean, with Schlupp, I thought Schlupp played horrible until he scored that goal. All honesty, it's because he can't do anything but go straight ahead. Like he kept on running the blind alleys, losing the ball. He's only a okay passer. Until he scored that goal, I wasn't very happy with him in the midfield, to be honest with you. But he came good. So,
Well, personally, I thought Schlupp had one of his better games, with him driving with the ball, laying it off, having a very good connection and link up with Ayew. He's probably he was probably upset that he didn't get chosen for Ghana, but that's probably a good thing in disguise for us.
that works out better for us for sure.
So we've got another player on our books still. Welcome back,
T,
Nate.
what was your thoughts on Mateta?
I mean, I think Mateta played well, man. Honestly, I think it was good for him to see some good form going into January. Because I mean, if we end up not keeping him, at least he has some proven good run of form before having to leave out. Judging from how I might end up looking with him departing Crystal Palace, it sounds like he's not going to go back to Mainz. So it might end up being kind of that Sorloth like deal where Mainz gets a part of the money that we end up selling him for, and we get a part of it too, because I'm guessing we're probably going to be the ones that end up finding the suitor for him.
I don't think we can sell him though.
No, it'll be kind of, because since Mainz doesn't want him to come back, they were saying that they want some type of money from him. So I was reading an article saying that they would go back to the table in January, restructure it to where we find somebody to sell him to, and we split the profit, kind of like how we did with Alexander Sorloth with Leeds.
See, I don't know if this is going to backfire or whether that's a smart tactic on how to deal with it in January. I don't know. I'm yet to see whether it's a smart tactic or whether it starts backfiring on Palace post January. I guess it's one of those gambles where we just have to see, really.
Yeah, I think it's a backfire if we don't bring anybody in. Definitely.
Our record with strikers isn't good anyway, so we're not really shocked that another striker we've brought in hasn't quite worked out. Not that he shouldn't have been given more of a chance, because Roy, for some reason, persisted with the same players week in, week out, and it drove everybody batshit on every kind of forum you could imagine. But you look at the bringing in of Edouard, Ayew kind of found his place on the right-hand side. Benteke's kind of come in and held his line. Mateta was just a bit unlucky. Just to clarify, guys, my job's after ringing me for some stupidness. So if I have to jump in and out, that's why I'm jumping in and out. Just so you know.
I think the biggest thing with Mateta right now is if we hold on to him, the cost, the prices that he's going to cost us later on down the road isn't good for us. Now, if we can go back and restructure with Mainz in January and possibly pay a little bit less for him at the end of the loan, maybe half of what we're supposed to, that makes more sense. But holding on to him, I think holding on to him is a bigger gamble, just because of what we might have to end up paying for him at the end because of the obligation.
That's under 15 appearances. We have to pay £15 million.
15 million. You know what I mean? Now, if we can go back, restructure, and get him for like 6 or 7, I'm cool with that, because then we can hold on to him. And if Benteke leaves in the summertime, then we got a legit number 2. But
that again, when it comes to January with Palace, I mean, there's a few players that you're gonna have to try and keep hold of. You know, one of them being the obvious Wilfried Zaha, because he will once again be a target. So, you know, for Palace in January, it's going to be a case of keep hold of the talent as much as you can, unless you feel like you can sell them on while bringing in the replacements. Like you were saying, Nate, strikers at Crystal Palace haven't really been doing that well. So, you know, for Crystal Palace, they've got to hit the nail on the head with someone if they're going to bring in a replacement striker or two. They've got to find that someone that's going to hit the nail on the head. I'm hoping it's going to be Edouard. I'm hoping he's going to be the guy. But obviously, it's going to take probably another year or so to, as a neutral, make me think how he's going to settle in at Palace. So if we can get Edouard firing and get them firing up the table year on year, then Edouard will be the success that Palace have been after for years. But it's not just bringing them in, it's keeping them from going out if you really need them. And again, that links back to Wilfried Zaha. For me, he's arguably Crystal Palace's biggest prize asset. If you let him go, Palace have got to do the best they can to replace him, because if you don't, you've lost an integral part of that squad that could keep you in. It could be the difference between keeping you mid-table or keeping you actually in the Premier League, no matter who the manager is.
So it's a good point, but you also have to look at it in the sense of our highest place finish is the season where we didn't have Wilf in the Premier League. So you also need to think about it in that sense. And
when was that?
When Wilf went off to Man United, no? We had our highest place finish. It was 11th.
The season up, it was 14-15. We finished 10th, did we not?
Yeah, I don't think he was. I swear he wasn't in the team in that season.
In 14-15 he was. It was a season before that under Pulis he wasn't with us.
So we had him 14-15.
14-15 because he came in on loan at the he came in on loan under Neil Warnock, and then Pardew signed him on a permanent in February of 2015. Because remember, he scored in his second debut away at Newcastle.
Yeah. But listen, guys, I've got to go. So big up yourselves, and hopefully you guys get another 3 points in your next game, and hopefully we might see you as a League One club in the Cup next season, or a League Two club.
Hopefully League One.
Peace out, man.
Before you go, shout your channel.
Forever Football DRFC. I have made contact with a 1966 World Cup star about an interview in the new year. I'm not going to say who it is, but
cool. Very cool.
possibly getting that sorted in the new year. But he is on the German side, so can't wait for that one.
Oh, cool. Right, just to address this comment from James, who is calling himself the Mateta Army. Mate, you can be your goat all you want, but the Mateta slander isn't going away. He scored today, to his credit, but 2 goals in God knows how many games? Nah, he's only just above Kevin Doyle and Yaya Sanogo out here, so don't get too gassed about him scoring today, mate. Okay?
If he scores against West Ham, does the slander end?
No.
Nope.
No, we still on your ass.
T, the only way the slander will stop is if he bags a hat-trick against West Ham, a hat-trick against Millwall, an hat-trick against... I can't swear on this channel, so if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm on about.
So we're gonna need 7 goals. 7 goals in.
He needs bare minimum 9 goals in the next 3 fixtures for me to go. Okay, the agenda stops. Mateta is the GOAT. Bow down to Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Rich.
Although to be fair, T, I'm not moving like D talking about Ronaldinho and all of that. What the hell was all that about? If any of you lot saw back in the nest earlier on, D was moving mad.
Moving mad, and we're gonna clip that. It's gonna be on Twitter very soon.
Mate.
Absolutely madness.
Putting it all back together, Rich. What was your thoughts on Ayew today?
Sound game. He seems to be like our best outlet, especially when we're transitioning. If we're talking about playing to feet, then we'll go to an Edouard. But if we're talking about going in behind, like in the channels, he's been doing brilliant at that. And I mean, could you arguably say he's been player of December, player of the month for December? He's certainly in the conversation.
I could go there. I could go there.
You know, it should be Mitchell, but he's not far behind. To be fair,
he's had a great month, and he played well today as well. you know. So fair play to him. Like he continues to just terrorize defenses. Like it's just weird because we weren't saying this at the start of the season. You know what I mean?
I can hear the very same people that have been attacking Ayew since the start of August. Their blood pressure and the veins in their head are now getting very, 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 very strongly out of sync. Because I've been the first to admit I've slaughtered Ayew for most of the season. Not even going to pretend I haven't. But lately, he's been one of our best players. Can't even hate on him for that.
He's got a really unique way of transitioning us from defense to offense with, it's like this weird hold up play. It's not like physical hold up, but he kind of like just keeps the ball right at his feet and brings other people to the play. He does a really good job with that transition. So he's like he's a really important cog for us in that transition from going from defense to offense. He does a good job of maintaining possession for us, which I'm sure Patrick Vieira loves because he wants us to always retain possession in any situation. So I think more than anything for him, the reason why we're kind of seeing this little bit of a renaissance with him is he's really found his place on the team, like his real role. He understands what he needs to do and how to be successful with us. And part of that, like you said, is when he was talking about Vieira and his relationship with him. So I think now that he's found his understanding of who he needs to be or what he needs to be within this system, you know, we're seeing some really good product from him.
James, I don't know what's worse, your Mateta fanboyism or this attempt to play on words.
Iuvenated.
Nancy, don't laugh.
Sorry, that is terrible.
That sounds like a god-awful excuse of a Pokemon. What on earth?
James.
Oh,
James, are you okay?
See, that's a nice simple one.
That's a good one.
I don't think he's okay.
Nice and easy.
Oh, God.
The fact that he's back in Mateta kind of proves, you know, James might just trying to be putting himself as a target. But big up Devils United, by the way.
Big up Maisie.
All right, let's go through to player ratings now. We'll go round the panel, and I'll go last. Nate, Gaita.
Well, I'm fairly certain Steve, if he was here, would be absolutely rinsing him, even though he kept a clean sheet. Granted, it wasn't always convincing, but clean sheet again, and Norwich really didn't make him work for it, so can't really hate on him and say I'm going to give him a 6.
He made a blinder and a save at the end, though, to keep it in.
But you see what I'm saying? But you see, this is the thing. People love to attack Guaita, but we've had to put up with Wayne Hennessy. Okay? We've had Wayne Hennessy as our goalkeeper for a number of years. And I remember people were telling me that he was better than Speroni. Sorry? What are you smoking? Because whatever you're smoking, don't give me none of it.
That's good dope. That's good dope.
Wait, Rich, didn't you say the guy you was interviewing yesterday had him in his Palace all-time 11?
Paul. Yeah.
Had
that was beyond. No, he had Hennessy in because this American fan had only been watching Palace since 2016, so he put Hennessy as his goalkeeper he chose Hennessy. So I said, Paul, don't tell me you're confusing the drink with the substandard Welsh beanpole of a goalkeeper.
Hennessy, the alcohol is starting 11. Period.
Yeah. No, but hey, because I was at work yesterday, right? I wasn't going to jump on the stream and go mad. I was thinking, Hennessy. This guy is lucky he didn't see Gabor Karai. He's lucky he didn't see Butterfingers. But if anyone's picking Hennessy, I'm going to have a problem with that.
Damn.
To be fair, Hennessy wasn't as useless as Mandanda. My God, that guy was trash.
Steve.
And had the nerve to badmouth us.
Cheeking it.
Sod it. Marseille paid us to take him back, so I'm not even hating because we got money off him. We didn't buy him. So it worked out in the end.
Yeah.
Rich, I'll give you Mitchell.
Solid game. He only got beaten once. I believe it was at McLean. But then he recovered and obviously gave her a corner. He didn't go forward as much as he usually does, to be honest. But solid 8. Solid 8 from me.
Oh yeah, I think that pass he played through to Edouard for Mateta's goal was
Really nice.
was brilliant.
Yeah.
Luke, I'll give you Mark.
I'm gonna go for 7.
What's your reasoning?
Didn't have much to do. I mean, the defense didn't have much to do, but I'm gonna give him. All right, let's go for 7.5. Let's go for that.
Okay. T. Anderson.
I'll give him 6.5. I'll give him 6.5. He didn't have a lot to do in the game. You feel like he in the second half. I don't know if it was maybe after the injury, but he had a couple times where he just was a little bit out of position at times. I think they played one ball over the top where he luckily got back, but I give him a 6.5. He didn't have a lot to do. So
Okay. I'll give myself Schlupp. I think he had one of his better games for us this season. He opened our scoring for 2021 and he closed our scoring for 2021. So I think he deserves at least a 7.5. Nate Hughes.
10. I don't want to hear nobody say to me, bring back Luca, bring back Gyro. The only midfield I want to see is Hughes, Gallagher, and MacArthur. Don't want to hear. Obviously, Eze would probably get in there somewhere, but at the moment, Hughes is that guy. And for 6 million, something like that, Dougie did it again. I keep telling people that Dougie and Parrish don't lose, but nobody listens to me. They've done it again. Hughes was superb again. It's actually. Why did Watford let this guy go again?
Why weren't they playing him?
It's mad.
It was contract.
Watford, as bad as they are.
Contract dispute. That's what it was.
Yeah, no excuses.
Do you know what?
Yeah,
I don't think Udinese could give Watford enough money to pay him, because you know that Watford are just Udinese beasts, so there might be an issue there from Serie A. Because you know, in Italian football, it's a little bit sus with how money goes from account A to account B. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It goes through Bitcoin first. That's why.
Gotta clean the money.
No. It goes to socios.com. If you know, you know.
Nate, not Nate. Rich. Kiate.
You know what? I don't even think he had a good game. He kind of left Will Hughes to do a lot of work in that midfield. As we were talking about, what do you call it, Billy Gilmore, like he had acres constantly, and whenever he did go like out wide to support, like let's say Mitchell stuff, he might have got beat and stuff, committing some like silly fouls at times.
He let a guy in behind him on one ball. I remember that, and almost led to a goal. They crossed it in, but he threw his body in front of it out for a corner. I was so pissed with Kouyaté on that play.
So it's not been his best, obviously, in recent weeks. So 5.
Yeah, I just have to add in there that I think if Kouyaté had any technical ability, and I mean any technical ability, like being able to pass properly and not lay and not kick anything with the laces, because he doesn't side for anything. It just laces everything. Like if he had any technical ability, he'd be a proper good player. But you know, it is what it is. Luke, I'll give you Ayew.
Did anyone see that pass from Ayew in the second half?
Which one?
There was one where he was in the right back position and he's sort of outside of the foot all the way to Edouard.
Oh, I do remember that one. Yep.
Yeah.
That was a good pass, wasn't it? So let's give Ayew a 9.
I respect it. Just for the pass or his all-round game?
I mean, just for his work ethic and everything. So
T.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking state of this poxy internet connection. What the fuck, man?
Nate, can I ask you something? Nate,
He doesn't-
can I ask
Careful, I don't think he's in the lead.
I don't think he's like he's not like on.
Nate, can I ask you something?
I think he's cussing at the screen, but he doesn't have his earpiece in.
Nate,
You know what happened? He got
Nate.
nippened.
Nippon. Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
Nippon strikes again, Brush says.
Literally.
Yeah, T. Mateta. What are you thinking?
I'll give him a 7.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna say he had a really solid start. Could end up having 2 goals. He missed that one header. Like that would have been the one. Like he would have been up in the 8-9 range if he'd have got the header to go off that beautiful cross by Edouard. But I think he had I think he had a solid game, man. I think it's important for him to have a solid outing for us too. So I say he did pretty well overall though. The other thing that stood out to me was his pressing. He needs to step it up a little bit on his pressing.
Yeah, he seems a bit heavy on his feet when he's moving around.
Exactly.
So I've strategically done this, so I've given myself the man of the match.
Selfish.
Big up Edouard. He's got to get a 10 as well. Goal and 2 assists.
Mm-hmm.
With the composure that he showed on the ball today and the runs he made off the ball today, I don't think there's anything less you could give him, to be honest.
Yeah, could have had 3 assists.
I think he should have had more goals as well, to be fair. Couple chances, but I think he was our best player by a country mile today.
Couldn't agree more.
Subs. Who came on? Luca. Nate.
Wouldn't even rate him.
What'd you give Luca?
See, if I give Luca a rating, that implies he played well, and Luca never plays well. So I don't want to be mean and give him a 0, but I'm going to give him a 5.
Just for stepping on the pitch.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Rich, Techers.
Well, he came on and won his first headed duel, so 5 for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him a 4 just because he was offside.
Fair enough. I was actually going to give him a 6 for the finish because it was actually a decent finish. It's just a shame it was offside.
Yep.
And Luke will finish off with Tompkins.
Let's give him a 5 as well.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. Hell. Virgin Media Wi-Fi is pissing me off tonight, man. What the different settings?
Yeah, but I gotta pop off here, fellas.
Jesus
I appreciate
Christ.
you all having me, man.
Cool.
Appreciate you, man.
That's
Guys, take it easy.
All right,
Man.
listen, really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no doubt. Man.
Well, yeah, I think the last thing I was gonna to pitch to you guys was how do you think that Ossian Roberts is coping with taking over while Vieira's got COVID?
It's going well, isn't it? I think he's a man management player. He man management in terms of getting his ideas across, and it seems like we have 2 managers on the touchline. You know, like when Vieira's there, it's like he's always stand behind Vieira, and he's always giving in ideas to Vieira. But no, he's doing very well. I mean, so if Vieira does have any issues in the future, Ocean Roberts can always step up.
Nate, your thoughts?
Well, it certainly beats just seeing somebody not make a sub until we're 2-0 down. There's 5 minutes to go. And rather than bring on a striker, he brings on Yaroslav Yak. He brings on Zeki Friars. He brings on Jordan Much. He brings on players that you literally just think, yeah, that's a white flag. Now, to be fair to him, Tottenham away was always going to be a bit of a bear pit for him. But today, Dean Smith literally couldn't have made it any easier for him. He got his tactics spot on and team action spot on. I think I might be but
Alright, Megatron.
I blame Sean, you know. Sean sent me that Digicel virus. Because I seen him backing about my camera. Mate, what happened to your Wi-Fi? Mm-hmm.
Why not answer that same question? When did you start? When did I start streaming Minecraft?
Rich, your thoughts on Roberts?
You know, I'm just pleased to see that, like, even though the gaffer's not there, nothing's changed in the sense of like we're still trying to get the ball down and play. But I did see him like on the sideline. He was really ushering the players to pick up the tempo, especially in the second half, because like it was very, very pedestrian, I would say, and we just really need to obviously keep the tempo up. I think on another day, if we really wanted to, this could have been 4, 5, 6. You know what I mean? But then again, the 2 games in 2 days, you know, yo, Sean, you got to pay those light bills, mate.
No, it's just my place. It's very dark. I can't do nothing about that. That's the way I like it. Man.
Might have to buy a candle.
Nah, yeah.
We need to send them a ring light.
Just quickly, shout out Davey. He's from America. A Man United fan. He has his own podcast. Primetime. Is that right? Primetime TV? I hope I've got that correct.
You're muted.
He's muted. His mic's muted.
My bad. My mic was muted. Yes, I do have a channel. Premier League Primetime is the name. Yeah, big up Rich for coming onto my channel. But I actually briefly see bits of the Crystal Palace game. And look, as I said from the beginning, you know, you guys looked good. You've been looking good all season. I've been saying it. I've been really, really impressed.
He got niffed again.
Revenge, bitch! Revenge is always sweet.
Honestly. Yeah. And look, and I was really impressed. And you guys put Norwich to the sword. I mean, you did something that Manchester United couldn't even do. And I'm having this.
Can you say that again, please?
You guys are able to do what my club couldn't. Put Norwich in the bin. I had to sit and watch Joe Linton yesterday turn into prime N'Golo Conte in midfield. He was listen, how much for Joe Linton we needed defensive.
Dave, this is how these Manchester United fans got gassed after Fred put a goal past us. I was saying, let's see if you can keep this run going. Since then, you swear Ollie's back. It's like, oh, so beating Palace wasn't the salvation. You're not back from the dead.
I'm wiser than that. Look,
no. I'm not saying you're not. It's just all these Man United fans were coming for me and Rich particularly, and I'm there thinking, wait a minute, I thought they were back.
Comment of the day.
It was a great win.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but Super Nick comment of the day. Keep saying yes. And you just go strikes again. Absolutely. Sean came in here trying to puff up his chest to me and say, "Where am I?" Because hold that. Hold that. Okay, guys, no, you know what? Yeah? I've had Realist try to send shots at me with his dead 11. I'm now having Sean trying to send shots at me. Listen, I'm not the one.
All right, Rich, you know what it is. You must have just pissed man off in the Caribbean, bruv. Trinidad don't like you. Jamaica don't like you. It's peak, fam.
You know what it is? I think I troll too much. I troll too much. Oh man. Listen, I'm gonna jump on Realist stream anyway. So guys, big up to you lot.
Big ups, man.
See you later, Rich.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sorry, we cut you off there a little bit. So if you want to carry on with what you were saying, mate.
I mean, look, I've been really impressed with you guys all season. You've been putting in some wonderful performances. You've been showing up some of the big boys in the Premier League. I mean, Tottenham earlier this season, but I mean, then again, playing against, a Nuno side really isn't difficult. I mean, Ollie put these men in a split. So, I mean, it's not that difficult at all. But yeah, Joe Linton, I mean, honestly, how much? I mean, listen,
Vieira's light skinned brother. Fuck's sake.
He was watching prime in midfield. I mean, come on. He was given man of the match, Joe Linton, and I'm just like, we really need to just reevaluate ourselves. We really need to, honestly. Like, honestly, that performance yesterday was just diabolical. But Crystal Palace, I mean, I'm not surprised. I predicted a 3-0 win anyways against Norwich because, I mean, these men are just going to go down as I predicted that they were. But, yeah, it was, again, another great performance from you lot.
Well,
no, big up Luke for coming on, actually. Luke just had to jump out there. Sean, just be careful what you say with Rich because, trust me, he's taking receipts.
He's clipping everything.
Because bear in mind, you've got your chance to take a shot at Rich when we get to 500 subs. And then again, you've got to take a shot at me and JC as well. JC's probably going to get the least of it because me and Rich deserve a whole heap of flame. Boy, I'm not looking forward to the roast for me because I'm going to get serious corn thrown at me.
I just got to 100 literally just like the other day after being around for like a year and a half. But quick question. I'm curious to see because I've been asking a couple of my mates and whatnot about Conor Gallagher. How much would you be willing to pay if Chelsea were to say you can have him permanently? How much would you be willing to go up to pay for Conor Gallagher?
Depends on how much money we have to play around with because we spent around 60 odd million in the summer. And because we don't have an empty bucket, a bottomless bucket of money to just throw around. If we sign Gallagher, but that's all the business we do, I'm not really keen on that because we don't have cover for Tyrick Mitchell. We don't really have cover for Joel Ward because Ferguson's only just coming back off an injury, and Natty Clyne, he's more injury prone than anything. So it's like, do we sign Gallagher just as the kind of glamour signing, or do we actually do a bit of surgery on the squad and dash out half these dead men that should have been gone years ago? So it's a catch-22.
Newcastle did that this summer with Joe Willock. Came in on loan, played really well. But, Mike Ashley doesn't have a whole lot of cash, does he? They spent like 20.
Oh, no. Mike Ashley has money. He just doesn't spend it. Mike Ashley and Daniel Levy were separated at birth.
No, I meant in the case that he doesn't have money. In air quotes, he doesn't have money.
No, I know what you're saying, but don't ever listen to anything Mike Ashley says.
No, of course not. Look, I mean, the man could have easily gotten that squad to be a mid-table side, possibly if he invested more money, but he just didn't. So, and the squad's just left a shambles as is. But I mean, then again, they drew against us yesterday, so I mean, I can't really talk.
Yeah, they drew against us as well, and trust me, we was pissed about drawing with Newcastle because it's just like, these are fucking crap. Like, we're not trying to say that we're football royalty out here, but I'm looking at it and thinking, irregardless of what manager they bring in, this was a time when they just sacked Steve Bruce. It was like, how? To be fair to Callum Wilson, it was a hell of a goal. But you're just like,
oh yeah.
But you lot were the better side, anyways. We were by far the worst side. We were lucky to get a point.
But that's the story of our season. You look at some of the draws we've had this season. 1 or 2, we've been thinking, okay, we maybe got a bit fortunate there with Leicester. It was like, going 2-0 down, arguably against the run of play, was a bit poor. Drawing with our friends on the South Coast, yeah, we weren't keen on that one. That hurt. But the Newcastle draw, the Burnley draw, you're like, these are the games we really...
We got
Don't remind me, that was on my birthday. I was kind of conflicted. Was I happy with that result or not? But what I'm trying to say is that obviously, when you look at a draw with Newcastle now, you're like, these guys are crap. We should be beating them.
Exactly. 100%. And predictions, I got called every name under the sun because I said Manchester United maybe it'll be like a 1-0, 2-1. We'll just nick it. And everyone's like, it's Newcastle. And I'm just like, look at the way we've been performing since he's come in. And this 4-2-2, I dread it. I absolutely dread this 4-2-2. It doesn't work with our squad. He honestly doesn't. And I love what Patrick Vieira has done to that squad. He's gone from, they've gone from playing Roy Hodgson football, flat 4-4-2, looking like Burnley more than half of the time.
Okay, stop. Do not bring up such traumatizing memories. That is PTSD settings out there.
Nah, my chair started shaking.
Yeah, like
I wasn't ready to delve into them memories ever again.
Exterminate. No. We don't want to hear that ever again.
You lot are in a brilliant place, though. That's what I'm saying. You're in a very good place.
The only thing Roy Hodgson gets credit for is that 2-1 last-minute win away at the Seaweed. That was beautiful. Watching them pepper us for 95-plus blood clot minutes, and Benteke pings one in the bottom corner, last second of the game. The only thing that was missing was because where that goal was scored is the away end of their stadium. So if our fans were there that night, oh my God, that would have just been beautiful. It's like beating Man City or Liverpool in the last minute.
True.
You don't need to. It's just.
Mateta did make that win. Yeah, he scored that one brilliant goal against Brighton. That was
Don't swear on the channel.
That is a swear.
We don't say that B word on this channel. No. It's his first time on the channel, so we'll give him that. We'll ignore this one for now, but don't do it again.
All right.
But yeah, bringing it back to the original question, I think the most I'd be happy to pay for him would be maximum £30 million.
Same.
But if we do get him for the £30 million, we'll have to break our back with sell-on clause and buyback clause and all this.
Mm-hmm. Like
just
Zaha.
To even.
I mean, you lot saw that. If you guys decide to sell him, we still benefit from it, anyways. So
but bear in mind, if we sell him for 10 million, you're only getting 25% at 10 mil. So don't be holding out for 60 million and all of these things. Like, you understand?
No, I'm smarter than that. No, I'm saying just if Crystal Palace choose to try and stump up that fee for Wilfried Zaha, because bear in mind his contract expires in 2023, and if they decide to sell him before his contract eventually runs down, which if he makes it clear, I think he has made it clear that he wants to go. He wants to go and play at the highest level. And look, I don't think anyone can blame him. He's been a brilliant servant for Palace. If he wants to
but let's be truthful. His attitude doesn't do him any favors. And quite frankly, no big club will look at him and go, that's the player we want. They're all looking at him and going, wait a minute. He's crying over somebody hitting him with the ball? Nah, we don't want that.
What happened against Spurs is the reason why he will not play for a big club. And it's facts.
That's very true. That was petulant. The red card, it was so petulant. I don't know.
No. That wasn't petulant. That was just Wilfried Zaha. That's what he does.
That's why he won't get the move.
Regardless of who it is, it's still a petulant action, in my honest opinion.
No. But see, this is the thing. We saw this when he first broke through back in the Championship. It hasn't changed in 10 years. So nobody sat here as a Palace fan and thinking, oh, Jesus, that's the first time we've ever done that. We're all thinking, oh, here he goes again. It's like watching a child run headfirst into something. You know they're going to do it again no matter how many times you tell them don't do it. Bear in mind, this guy's only about a month younger than myself. I'm thinking, if I was in his position, if I've been tackled or somebody's taken a bit of a fall off me, I'll be annoyed, but just get on with it.
That's very true.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just, see, the thing is, because Zaha in the past has been protected by players that used to take the flack off him, people are refusing to criticize him. And that's the dangerous thing about having a player like Zaha, is that because he's Mr. Crystal Palace, people don't want to criticize him. You do that on our social media, oh my God, you get torched by the fan base. Who are you to criticize Zaha? We wouldn't be where we are without him. It's like, no. Steve Parish is the reason we're here where we are now. Let's not be careless here. Like, Zaha's been a massive part of where we've come to, but he was not really all that important until 2013 when he scored those two wicked goals in the playoff semi-final second leg. Yes, I still remember that, and that was a great moment for me. Oh yes, but Conor Gallagher, to answer your question, yeah, same as Jordan, 30 million. But then again, Me personally, I'd rather do more surgery on our squad and bring this rebuild a little bit further afield, because we brought in some seriously good talent in the likes of Ferguson, Elise, Edouard, Eze, Anderson, Guehi. I'm thinking, we get some more signings in under the radar, we're going to be one of those teams that you don't know what to expect, but it's going to be exciting, because it's been boring watching us the last 5 years, which is cool, because that's what you have to do when you're not in the elites of the Champions League and Europa League. You got to be boring to build. Like West Ham were dog shit 3 years ago. Do you know what I'm saying? And people are acting like, how are West Ham so good? They've built towards this. They got lucky. They got lucky getting a council flat off the fucking government, but they made the most of it.
100%. And I have another question, and it's about one of your boys that came through the youth system, and he's now with us. The man who we spent £50 million on, Wan-Bissaka. I'm just curious to your thoughts. What were your thoughts on him while his time at Crystal Palace? How highly did you rate him?
Best defender I've ever seen.
I honestly love the guy. I honestly don't like how people forget that he's done a lot defensively for us, and he's attacking up. It's always been our issue, but I hate hearing people say, "Oh, Diogo Dalot should start off with Wan-Bissaka. He's a better right back."
The reason these people are saying that is primarily because of Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What they forget is that Trent has been coached into playing as an attacking fullback. Wan-Bissaka was not. Wan-Bissaka was a winger, but he was not. He wasn't really rated as a winger. When he was moved back as to a fullback, that's when people realised, wait a minute, this kind of suits him playing here. Hodgson then brings him in for Tottenham at home, because I was there for his debut. He stormed it, and you're thinking, wait a minute, this kid's actually fairly half decent. What's going on? Because Fosu Mensah was on loan from Man United, on loan to us from Man United that season, and he was okay, but not great.
He had one good game against City.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying. So when the rumours of Wan-Bissaka leaving were abound, people were saying, "Oh, how could he do it?" It's like, listen, it's Ian Wright all over again. If it's a bigger offer, look, it's a compliment to us as a football club that somebody wants to pay us way more than we are expecting for a player that we've only seen develop in a year and a half. Bear in mind, Wilfried Zaha went for 10 odd million. We brought him back for 3. And Man United fans at the time were saying, "Oh, but he's not as good as Januzaj." And I went, interesting logic, seeing as Januzaj is now playing at Real Sociedad. Okay, fair enough. They're a decent side, but Januzaj wasn't the saviour many people believed him to be. At one point, he looked decent. I won't deny that.
Very true.
But with Wan-Bissaka, it's very much a case of, do I regret him leaving? Not really, because Tyrick Mitchell is more proof that our academy can bring us more better players. So we've brought through Wilfried Zaha, we've brought through Tyrick Mitchell, Wan-Bissaka, Rak-Saki, to name, there's a few more coming off the line now that you're like, why weren't we using our academy more?
And look at the money you got for him too, £50 million. But then again, he is English, so I mean, you have to take that into account.
See, had he declared for the Democratic Republic of the Congo, that would have been about 20 million. So English tax is a thing of beauty in the Premier League.
It is. Harry Maguire, don't get me started on this.
I am so very glad he cannot play for the Republic of Ireland. Oh, thank God. Whew. That's a relief.
I call him Bambi because he's Bambi on ice. Whenever I see him have to touch the ball, I get nervous.
Jordan knows what I call him because, bruv, he looks like the 468 bus. He can't turn for shit.
No, he's so slow.
If you think about Bambi on ice, you haven't watched Mamadou Sakho kick a ball. I'll just say that.
No, I've seen that man kick a ball. Yes, that man is also Bambi on ice. But
he's Bambi on ice on roller skates.
You know what? Lone Sakho was boss. The Sakho we signed on a permanent was brick. And I'm trying to not swear when I call him brick, so you understand what I'm trying to say when I say that. But nah, Sakho was the soldier of Selhurst. Yeah, the soldier missed his orders because man was not anywhere near the battle.
If we're talking about names like that, let's just not talk about the German Messi, okay?
Who?
Max, my.
That's what they called Max before we signed him.
Max Meyer
Oh, Max Meyer.
on a free from Schalke. Oh my gosh.
The German Jordan Much. Oh my day.
Mate, no, you can't disrespect Jordan much like that, mate.
Well, let's say that. Hey, at least Max Meyer scored a bomber clock goal for us. Jordan Much
He scored against Doncaster and against Liverpool.
He didn't score in the league though, did he?
Yeah, against Liverpool when we lost 4-3.
Yeah, no, Max Meyer did, but I don't think Jordan Much ever scored for us.
I can't remember. It's too long ago now.
No, listen, Max Meyer, at least I remember Max Meyer scoring, but listen, luckily we didn't pay any money for Max Meyer. We actually parted with £5 million sterling to Queen's Park Rangers for Jordan Much. So when we signed Eze, I went, okay, you're slightly forgiven for selling Jordan Much to us, just ever so slightly. Because Jordan Much, do you know how shit he was, JC? He ended up signing for a club called MacArthur FC.
Oh man!
See, Mac is that good. A team in Australia.
I just remember that he was a pre-season merchant. This guy was insane in pre-season, and then when the real league kicked off, this guy fucked off.
That reminds me of Andreas Pereira. Everyone called him the pre-season Pirlo. That reminds me of Pereira. Would always perform in preseason, and then he just wouldn't do anything in the league if ever given a chance. That's Pereira to a P.
Jordan Much hit a top bins goal against, I think it was FC Cincinnati before they became an MLS franchise, and the Palace Twitter went into full blown meltdown about him. Oh my God, get him in the first team. I went, is this the same bloke that we saw come on and play absolutely toilet? If you want to see dead players come back, let's bring back Jimmy Kebe and fucking what's his name, Stern John.
No.
No. Don't piss me off like that, please. We've had it like that's like wanting Eric Jemba back at Man United. There's levels to how shit you want to bring back players. Like no.
Jemba's just something else. I can't be asked with Eric Jemba, honestly. Honestly, one thing I just want to stop hearing, just from a Manchester United point of view, I just want to stop hearing everyone get on my back for the whole Scott McTominay thing, because everyone thinks he's the next Michael Carrick or next Roy Keane, but he's just not. And I've said it for so long that he just will never be a defensive midfielder. Because, when I see him tackle, I'm thinking it's Granit Xhaka in disguise, the way this man goes in for a lunging challenge. This man, I don't know. All I see him do is just trot around and pass the ball sideways and backwards. So.
Yeah, you see with McTominay, it's very simple. Because he's a Man United academy player, don't matter how shit he is, the fan base will defend him.
100%.
Because the class of 90, look, we're guilty of that ourselves. If case in point, Wilfried Zaha. Wilfried Zaha got sent off against Spurs there on Boxing Day. The amount of Palace fans defending him, I'm like, I don't care if he's an academy graduate. You don't do that as a senior player. Who are you to say that Wilfried Zaha is one of our best ever players? I went, best ever players, sure, but today he was a dickhead. Don't protect him for what he did in the past. What he did today was comical.
100%.
With McTominay, you're thinking, bear in mind, Fraser Campbell's a Man United Academy graduate, so I wouldn't be too keen on the United Academy. But I get it. With people, and people don't want to hear criticism from from players that are academy grown, homegrown players. They refuse to hear it.
100%.
Like Nat Phillips at Liverpool, right? He came in when Liverpool had that mad injury crisis last season.
Oh, yeah.
Liverpool fans were bigging him up. Oh, Nat Phillips is the answer to all our problems. Certain Liverpool fans were saying he's just not good enough. They got flamed. And you're thinking, they're talking the truth, though. He's doing a good job as an interim. But going forward, he's nowhere near the level of Van Dijk or Matip or, what's that youth's name? Joe Gomez. No, Gomez, because Konate only came in the summer. I'm thinking Joe Gomez.
One thing I will say is that I think it's just slightly unfair to compare or expect Nat Phillips to be anywhere near the levels of a Virgil van Dijk. I think that's just so unrealistic, and I totally agree with that. Of course, he's not good enough to be a starting center back alongside or in for Van Dijk. Obviously, of course not. But I still thought Nat Phillips was did very, very well coming in for the interim. But honestly, I mean, for Liverpool, I mean, there's money you can make if need be. I mean, you want to be perfect for him. Be perfect for Burnley. That'd be a perfect side for him.
I don't think Liverpool fans want to hear anything about Burnley, seeing as Klopp went crying about Burnley there the other day, and that actually had me breaking out laughing when I heard Klopp crying about that. Because I'm thinking, wait a minute. I respect Jurgen Klopp as a manager because he's done brilliant at Liverpool, he did brilliant at Dortmund. But I'm thinking, mate, if you don't want extra fixtures in English football, here's an idea. Leave the Champions League at the group stages, yeah? Dump out of the cups in the early rounds. And don't finish in the top 6 of the Premier League. Then all you have to do is play league fixtures. If you want European football, which a club like Liverpool have to be in every season, stop crying about it, because there's clubs in the Premier League that would give their left hand for European football, of which we're one. So I'm thinking, do you know what? We should just let them fuck off to the Super League if this is the action they're going to have, because it's ridiculous.
The Super League with such a passion. I felt embarrassed. I've never considered not leaving Manchester United's fan base, because that's a club I first saw when I was a boy. That was the very first team I saw on the telly. And I never considered leaving just my club. I mean, that's my team I support. I love my club. But that was just an embarrassment. I mean, that was just that takes it far beyond football, and for me, and that was just it was embarrassing to be a fan of any top 6 club, and to see that. I mean, I was fuming. I was absolutely livid with that. Completely unacceptable to the entirety of the Premier League, to all the other teams that were still in the Premier League. Watching that, I was just like, why? Honestly. And also another person who I'm gonna go off of your combo or on the saying, oh, like too many league fixtures. Thomas Tuchel can also shut his mouth, saying that, we're rotating players. We don't have enough squad depth. Oh my God. Chelsea Football Club are complaining about lack of depth. Behave yourself. Behave.
Hey, listen, this is how you know that these managers don't realize that in English football, the Christmas period is why we love football, because
100%.
I saw a comment there from James asking me about Adaramola. I don't want to talk too much about Adaramola just yet, because I've heard big hype about Keane Flanagan before. Because I live in the Republic of Ireland, I'm always going to be asked about young Irish players at the academy. I want to see Adaramola come through in the next 3 years if possible. But it's one of those where, with young players, you kind of just need to give them time to develop.
Definitely. Because
right now, the Irish national team is not one to be proud of at all. Oh my God. Losing 1-0 at home to Luxembourg made me realise, wow. We've gone from nearly knocking out Spain in the 2002 World Cup to losing 1-0 at home to Luxembourg. Wow.
Well,
wow.
I think that's a perfect place to end off the stream. Dave. Yeah. Do you want to shout out your channel?
Yeah, 100%. If you would like to check out my channel, go look up Premier League Primetime. Go smash like on all reviews. Watch the video that myself and Rich were in, talking about Crystal Palace and their upcoming, and maybe some potential January business deals to be done, deals in the summer to be done. He was absolutely superb. Come on to my channel. Let me know. Premier League Primetime is the name. Subscribe. PL Primetime on Instagram. Hit us up. Let us know what you're talking. We love all opinions. All opinions of all kinds are welcome. And yeah. Thanks for having me on.
No problem.
Big up yourself, Dave.
Nate, as always, up the Palace.
You know it, mate. Let's bring on West Ham and bring on them lot from Bermondsey. Because, bruv, I can't wait for that preview, because I'm so excited for the FA Cup now. I just want to get into the derby. I'm so happy that it's coming soon.
Don't worry, I'm buying my tickets tomorrow. So.
Oh, mate, I can't wait for the 8th of January. Please let this next week go quick.
I agree.
All right. And as always, next time, up the Palace.
Adios.
Peace out.